want to play a game.
Bingo.
I have 25 predictions for Jurassic World Rebirth, from silly to controversial, based on the little information we have so far, including some new information in this video. 20 predictions are my own and 5 are picked from the community. I put them all in a bingo card, and in a little over 9 months, we will come back to see if we scored a
Bingo.
We did the same thing for Dominion years ago and actually got really close. So subscribe to the channel to see how we did, and of course if you want to stay up to date on the news surrounding the film as well as other Jurassic content. Here's the bingo card, and I'll be going over my predictions in a somewhat logical order, but I assigned them randomly to the card so as not to artificially manufacture a higher chance of getting bingo by choosing which prediction goes where. So we're gonna be bouncing all over the place on this card during the video. The first prediction is for the opening of the movie. We already know that a family consisting of a dad and his 3 children are out at sea and get attacked by marauding aquatic dinos. I predict that this will be the cold open of the movie, comparable to Jurassic Park 3. There's a little bit of setup with the family, some dialogue, and then they get attacked, and it's left uncertain what happened to them until the main crew catches up with them in the story a little bit later. Second prediction, the mom of the family is either dead or the parents are divorced, because broken families, for some reason, is a staple in the Jurassic franchise. I'm gonna go with divorced, because dead parents is more of a Disney thing. Last week we got some new images of Scarlett and Jonathan on a museum set with skeleton props for several species. I predict this is where Zora comes to recruit Henry to join their expedition. And Henry is probably gonna give a bit of a callback to Alan Grant in the original Jurassic Park, stating that he's just too busy, he can't possibly leave right now. There's this new exhibition that he's curating and he can't possibly tear himself away, but Zora is gonna make him an offer that he can't refuse, and that gets the ball rolling for the plot. As for Henry, I think he's going to be a bit of an unassuming, nerdy type, and girl boss Zora is not going to be particularly impressed. However, I don't think Jonathan Bailey buffed up just to look good in a button-up and sweater vest? What is this? I think there's going to be a scene where Zora is hit with the fact that, oh my god, he's hot. My best guess is that they end up in water and wet clothes will do the trick. About the skeletons at the museum, I have the first controversial prediction. I've second guessed, third guessed, and fourth guessed this, but I'm sticking with it. The T-Rex skeleton is Rexy herself. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about this. Too dark or kind of a nice ode? There is a matching museum prop that mentions Neo-Jurassic, which I think means dinosaurs that were brought back from extinction even when they weren't originally from the Jurassic. But from, you know, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. So I think this exhibition are all skeletons from modern day dinosaurs, not actual dinosaur fossils. I think there will be a line that the Rex skeleton is the original Jurassic Park T-Rex retrieved from Biosin Valley after she died of old age. The fact that the origin on the sticker is said to be Montana goes entirely against that, but I'm sticking with this and we'll see how it plays out. As for Blue, I think the Velociraptor skeleton being her is a bit too much for a certain subsection of the fandom to handle. Also, Blue is quite a bit younger than Rexy, and she had her offspring only a few years ago within the canon, so I don't think they're gonna kill her off. I think there will be a reference to Owen Grady getting her and Beta to a tropical sanctuary, possibly Sorna. However, Blue will not make an appearance. In fact, I predict none of the old cast is returning for a cameo. A name drop at most for some of them. What we know about the plot is that Zora's crew is out to collect DNA of the 3 most colossal species across land, sea, and air for some medical benefits to mankind. These 3 species, I predict, will be Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, and Quetzalcoatlus. Obviously, sauropods are a bigger land species, but I think some convenient science mumbo-jumbo will state that it can't be DNA from a herbivore. Like, ooh, only a carnivorous species produce enzyme X, which is the key, which is what we need. The sinister, decades-old secret is Site C and what happened there. Best in Slot talked about this too in one of his videos, so I either have another unoriginal idea, or we're onto something. But on Site C, the indigenous people were wiped out by the reintroduction of dinosaurs. So Nublar was the theme park, Sorna was the factory floor, and Site C was a testing ground where a nefarious branch of InGen that Hammond had no idea of was doing some evil shit. For 9, I want to bring in the first community prediction, and that is a prediction by Blue Lightning Music, who predicts the DX disease from the novels comes into the story. This is a prediction that many people had, but Blue Lightning Music was the first to comment it on my post. Another recurring community prediction, but I picked the first comment that I saw on it, which was by Chaotic Chris 4039, human dinosaur hybrids. I know. This is super controversial, and I have to keep stressing this. I consider the odds very, very small that we're going to have human dinosaur hybrids. But I don't think the odds are negligible. So it's worth giving it a slot on the bingo card. And I'm not the only one who is paranoid about this abandoned JP4 plot coming back to haunt us. It was one of the most commented predictions, whether meant in jest or seriously, I don't know, but I saw it quite a bit. But I'm hedging my bets a bit when it comes to the Sinister secret. Could be Site C, as I said. Could be human dinosaur hybrids. You have to admit that at the moment, the only real argument against it is, but it's stupid. Frankly, it wouldn't be the first time this franchise does something stupid that has us all go,
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
Alan! Alan!
But back to Site C, the destination of the crew. The crew was going there based on some vague intel they got about the island that suggests there might be a Spinosaurus there, one of the species that they need for the DNA. The only Spinosaurus still in existence because the one on Sorna is either thought to be dead or proven to be dead. The Spinosaurus that they will eventually encounter is going to be more paleo accurate than the one from JP3, but not entirely. I think it'll probably mostly resemble the JP3 Spino, but maybe with a paddle tail and a new shape to the sail. Nothing too drastic, because this is still a Jurassic franchise movie. I also predict that there's not going to be a new species of big bad dinosaur. I really think we are getting the Spino again, and I might be shooting myself in the foot here by dedicating as many slots to predictions that include the Spinosaurus, because if the Spino isn't in, then right away that's a lot of fails on this bingo card. But I really think that's the direction it's going in, and, you know, along with the Spino, they'll probably shoehorn a Rex into the runtime as well. But I don't think we're going to see never before seen species like Acrocanthosaurus, which is a very popular request from people. Similar to Fallen Kingdom, the crew will be betrayed by their own. Martin Cripps and Ed Skrine's character, we don't know his name yet, will be the surprise villain. A surprise to the other characters, not to the viewers. Them doing evil stuff will put the good guys in the crew and the family at risk. However, what the villains didn't anticipate is that this is the Jurassic franchise and good guys have plot armor based on age and screen time. So the kids, the dad, Zora and Henry of course survive whatever is thrown at them. At some point though, 2 or all 3 of the kids get separated from the adults, leading to concern that they might be dead. But of course they aren't, and they will be reunited before the end. The villains are the ones that bite the dust. Plus, I think Duncan, as one of the good guys, is going to eat it as well, or in this case, be eaten. And I think in this scene specifically, he will sacrifice his own life to save the others. Another community prediction, a bit of a funny one, is by Koala Kobe 7899. Someone will do the Owen Grady pose. And to add to this prediction, I think it will be Henry, with some sort of herbivore, but it's not going to be an entirely non-dangerous situation. It probably doesn't work though. It'll kind of play out like the scene with Sarah Harding and the Stegosaurus in The Lost World. The fourth community prediction is by Canon Lewis 4183, and I'm assuming what they mean, and that's what I'm making this prediction, that a land animal that isn't technically a dinosaur will make an appearance. Because obviously marine and flying reptiles aren't dinosaurs either. But you know, it could be possibly something like Titanoboa, as the Gaming Beaver theorized in a video of his, or maybe Deinosuchus, something along those lines. In the time between making my predictions and editing this video, one of the predictions was already proven to be correct, and that is that there will be animatronics. Jonathan Bailey revealed this in a red carpet interview. So I'll replace that prediction, but I'll replace it with another really safe one. There will be a dino versus dino battle. But I'm gonna make it a bit more challenging for myself by also predicting that neither of the fighting dinosaurs will die, which would be a first, I think. The last three predictions are for the end of the movie. The first of which is that I think they will refuse to complete the mission, collect the DNA from the three species, because they realize that Martin Krebs' character, who represents Big Pharma, is evil, and that the DNA will probably be used for nefarious purposes. And to make this prediction a bit more specific, I'll even say that there will be a moment of them dumping the DNA that they did collect, with the message being that humans and dinos don't mix. Not in the world and not in the field of medicine either.
It's a bad idea!
What?
Something I see a lot of people saying is that the dinosaurs will either go fully extinct by the end of the movie and Rebirth is about humans kind of reclaiming the Earth, or on the flip side, people say dinosaurs will start spreading again by the end of the movie and it's the rebirth of the dinosaurs. I think both aren't the case. They won't go back to dinosaurs all over the world because that's where we were and they undid that very purposefully. But I also don't think dinosaurs will fully go extinct because I think the movie will leave opportunities for a sequel. Dinosaurs in the equatorial environments is the new status quo. The last prediction is one by Arco09, who I know as Marconian, and I like the second part of their prediction. At the end, Rexy will be cloned and be reborn. I think this fits well with my earlier prediction of her dying, but her remains being found. Let me know in a comment down below, do you think we scored a
Bingo.
Please keep in mind that this whole video is just for fun. It's literally a game. If you have your own predictions to share, type them down below. Once the movie is out, I'll come back to this video, I'll check how we did on the bingo card, and I will go through the comments and give shoutouts to some correct guesses there. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time. Let's hope no human dinosaur hybrids.